Hello, this is Tom Zeppeveld from Graphelion with a short demo on the handling of information regarding to bill of materials, and more specifically to bills of materials that have components with different versions. I should say beforehand I have a little bit of cold, so I will be coughing sometimes, and I apologize for that. Let's log on and look at the model of the bill of materials. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, here I have a bill of materials. The green ones are the different components, and the gray ones are the different versions of those components. And we link subcomponents to components by add or update relations, and we remove them using remove relationships. So for instance, of this A1, it has a quantity 200 add relation of B1. So basically tells us that component A1 contains version B1 of component B, and the number of items is 200. It also contains 3 C1s, and it contains 12 F1s. And the difference between A1 and A2 is that in version A2 all the component B1 is removed and C is removed, and the quantity of F1 is updated from the 12 initially to the 20. So and this allows us to calculate also historically how the versions look like. So to illustrate that, let's look at a component that's a little bit more simple, the B component, which has 2 versions, and the B1 contains 100 of H1 and 9 of D2. And in B2 the H1 is removed and the quantity of D2 is updated. Now, to look at that, I'm gonna call all the versions. Okay, so now if I look at B1, okay, I have my B1, which contains 100 of 100, that's the one over here, of H1, and it contains 9 of D2. And inside of D2 there are another 3 X1. Okay, now let's look at B2. Okay, B2 contains 45 of D2 and 3 of X1. Now, what would happen if, just to show you that it's dynamic, so instead of removing this H1, I'm going to change this relationship to an update of let's say not 100 but 75. So if I let's bring that to the top. So if I would recalculate this B2, okay, then I can see that I have my 75 of H1 is in there and that corresponds to this one. Now let's switch it back to remove. Well, then the quantity doesn't matter. Okay, and now what is interesting, if we would be able to display the 2 versions in a single diagram. Well, this is how we solve that. So now I'm selecting B1 and B2. Okay, now I have B1, which is the blue one, and everything that is blue is just exclusive for that version. The same applies to B2. And the gray, the ones that are not colored, both versions have that in common. So now you can easily and quickly see what the difference are between 2 versions. And of course it becomes more interesting when you look at at the top the top of the bill of materials. Okay, so I have my A1 and A2, and you can easily see where the differences are. Of course, the layout has to be improved, but I think this you get the idea. Sometimes versions are completely disjunct. So for instance, if I would have D1 and I guess D3, okay, those are two versions that are completely separate. They don't have anything in common, but it's a nice way to display it. So this was what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you very much.